I think one of the most common questions I get asked is about the scratching out with a plastic card. When's the best time to do it? Now what I tend to do is when I know I'm going to be scratching out, often it's like some background trees and I'm going to be scratching out some cabins or houses in front of them. So I tend to put the paint on just a little bit thicker, and what that'll do is speed up the time in which I can do it, which is pretty much instant. Because really the paint needs to be about half dry. If it's too soon, it'll just fill back in. If you wait too long, then you'll find that the paint is too dry then to scrape. That's not to say it's the end of the world, because you can then sort of dampen it, and then once the paint is loose enough, you can then scrape then. So even if you wait too long, you can still scrape out. The easiest thing to do to get the hang of it, don't wait until you're halfway through a painting. Just take some scrap paper and just experiment. Get some paint on your brush, put a brush stroke in, and then try scraping out. You'll probably see it's too soon, so it'll fill back in. Wait a little bit longer and then scrape out again and see what it's like. If you've left it too late, do another brush stroke, but this time wait a little bit longer and then try it. And just keep doing as many marks on the paper as you can, as many scrapings as you can, and eventually you'll learn when the best time to do it is. As I say, if you put the paint on a little bit thicker, that will help, rather than put it on too thin, too much of a watery wash. You'll find it pretty difficult then, because you need something to scrape into. And remember, in terms of contrast, it will always work better if you put in the paint on dark, because you're scraping down to the white of the paper and you want that white to contrast against a darker tone. So if you just put it in sort of a light sort of yellow background, it's not going to show up very well, as opposed to something which has got a much darker mix. So experiment on some paper first, and then the next time you do a painting, you can try it out in your painting and you should have a lot more success. So best of luck, and I'll catch you in the next video.